What is up, guys? Welcome back to Random Select Daily number 12. Today's date is Thursday, April 18th, 2013. And today I kind of want to talk about the fighting game Injustice Gods Among Us. So, a little, as you guys know, or maybe don't know, but I do love watching fighting games and their tournaments, and it's probably my favorite thing to watch. I would love to play it, but I don't know anyone else that plays fighting games, and playing against computers is probably one of the most frustrating things because they know exactly what you're going to do. And then if you beat them, you just feel like, oh, they decided not to block there. And okay, whatever. I'm getting onto a rant. But yeah, so I love watching fighting game tournaments, and I think they're so much fun. But generally, I've been a Capcom guy, and I watch a little bit of the 3D games because I played those when I was younger. But Mortal Kombat was a game that I never really cared for when I was a kid, or when I was, or now when I'm older. And Injustice Gods Among Us is a game that was created by NetherRealms, who created Mortal Kombat 9. And Mortal Kombat 9, like, I followed a little bit of it, and I was kind of interested at first, but then I got over it pretty quickly. And to be fair, I was never that interested in it. It was usually just like, oh, okay, I can watch this. But then afterwards, the character, it just didn't seem as interesting. Um, And so, I stopped watching Mortal Kombat. Like I'll watch basically every other game in a fighting game tournament except that game. I'll watch Tekken Tag 2, I'll watch DOA, I'll watch Street Fighter Cross Tekken, which I thought was not as good at first either. At least not to watch. It was actually pretty fun to play, but past that, Injustice Gods Among Us was coming out, and when it was first coming out, I just didn't care about it. But Level Up and NetherRealms, I believe, put in a $2,000 bonus pot to the first Wednesday Night Fights Injustice tournament, and a lot of people showed up. And I decided, I like watching Wednesday Night Fights and Thursday Runbacks because they're SoCal. It's not close to me, but it's kind of like my region, right? Which everyone loves watching and stuff, their own region. And first we'll talk about the tournament here. We'll talk about the results. So as you can see, EGP is, I guess, a Mortal Kombat kind of crew, NetherRealms players kind of thing. And you have Tyrant and Wonder Chef taking first and second with Superman and Aquaman. And then, of course, Justin Wong and Flo EG guys showing up that they're probably... wow, what happened to my voice? They're probably some of the best overall fighting game players out there, even beating out two of the EGP players. Harris actually getting 7th with Deathstroke, and then two Doomsday players. What's really cool actually was that you have Superman, Aquaman, Batman, Green Lantern, like all different characters, which is kind of funny because when you're watching the game, like there wasn't as much variety. Like there's variety, but like it was very rare. Like I don't think I saw a Cyborg. I don't think there's like one Hawk Girl. There was no like what are the other ones? Like the only grappler I really saw was Doomsday. Like I didn't see Bane or Lex Luthor. I didn't see Catwoman. I think I don't know the whole cast that well, so I'll just say I didn't see many of them. We saw like one Harley Quinn, one Raven who did pretty well. I guess did make the top 8. A couple of Nightwings, but overall it wasn't. I'll let's say half the cast was played, and then the other half was not. But yeah, so it's good to see that the final top 8 was actually pretty varied, which is always, I think, a great thing for beginning of a fighting game. Of course, that's probably more common since you haven't figured out the game quite as much. But so you may ask, so how did I feel about this game? Like I said, I was never a Mortal Kombat fan, but watching this game, I was actually surprisingly entertained. I don't know if this was because I was watching Justin Wong, which I admit was probably one of the hardest things to do when watching a different game, is that there's different players. Like, I root for Justin Wong because he's one of my favorite players. I root for like Clockwork because I love because I love him in Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. But when he's not on Tekken, I don't really know who to root for. Like, unless people start shouting out SoCal names. Now I have a couple of people to root for too because this was SoCal guys. But yeah, so but with Injustice, anyways, I'm getting off to a weird rant. Injustice, like I said, was actually surprisingly really fun to watch. I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite games to watch still. I probably still like Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and then even Street Fighter, kind of. I don't like the unblockables that are going on, but uh, so yeah, I haven't played it. I'll probably will never play it because it doesn't look like a type of game I would like anyways. I mean, I'm more of a Marvel guy than DC guy, but I still do like watching this game, and I don't know if it's because, like I said, of the players, maybe the characters. I've never been a Mortal Kombat guy. Um, I don't know if it's if NetherRealms actually made a lot of differences to this game that makes it slightly different. I know they have the interactable backgrounds where you can throw like giant dumpsters at people. I know they have a bunch of stage switches and stuff like that, and all that kind of stuff. I don't know exactly the major, like I don't know the minor differences though. I don't know how they built the game to combo and stuff like that. But yeah, so I definitely enjoyed it. I definitely think if you have the time or have a question about it, go to twitch.tv/leveluplive and check their whatchamacallit, past broadcasts, their videos, and they should have it up there. It was definitely a really fun tournament. I think that's all they streamed that night. They might have streamed some AE. But yeah, past that, really fun. I think you guys, especially if you like Mortal Kombat, I'm hearing it's still a great game. If you're not into it, maybe you're a Capcom guy. It looks fun to watch at least. I'm not gonna play it personally myself because, again, I don't have anyone to play with, which would be awesome, but I don't, so I can't spend too much money on fighting games. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the game. I highly recommend you check it out at twitch.tv, and see you guys later. Adios.